See the Walmart stock price down by about 6%. So when this happens, when Walmart shares go down, you always start to ask questions because it's so big. It's a huge, huge company. What does it mean, if anything, for the economy overall, for the consumer? Let's bring Doug Flynn in from Flynn Zito Capital Management. Right, that is what people say about Walmart. It's barometer. So they're basically their earnings seemed okay, but their guidance when they said what's going to happen in the future, not okay. What's going on?
Exactly. It is a good barometer for the U.S. consumer and spending, and that, of course, is the biggest part of our economy and really in the world. And so you want to look to see what's going on at Walmart because it's an indicator. But that's exactly right. We've talked about this as these stocks, even though they've got really good quarterly earnings currently, they're putting out what does it look like going forward? And they put out that they're only expecting a 3 to 4% growth rate on their sales in the coming year. And so the market was like, whoa, that is just way below expectation. And so it kind of hammered the stock there. And that's an opportunity if you wanted to pick up that stock, because now it's a little bit cheaper than it was yesterday.
A couple of other quick things today I thought were interesting. One, people say the Trump trade or the Trump trades. You know, a lot of people around here looking at Bitcoin like they never looked at it before. Remember after the election, or the U.S. dollar, because you think that the U.S. dollar is going to be stronger. All these things that were going into place after the election, there seems to be some fading now recently in some of these trades. What would you say about what's going on?
Bitcoin's a good example. That went up 50% from the election, and then it kind of has just gone sideways. But pretty much a lot of this has, even stocks in general had a good rally, and it's sort of leveled off. And I think that that's just to be expected. I don't know if you could just blame that the Trump trade is over. It's just that it had a big run and now people are catching up, and any bit of soft news is an opportunity to maybe take some profits, and that's what's going on a little bit too before you kind of re-up and take the next step. But admittedly, we are still waiting to see how everything plays out with the tariffs. That's the looming thing out there that's just kind of weighing on everybody. So that's really stopping it from going gangbusters on forward. Just sort of take a wait and see. We had a good run. Let's see how it goes before we take the next step forward.
And with that in mind, that uncertainty, I think this next point was very interesting. The confidence of CEOs is going up. It's at the highest level in this one survey that came out in 3 years. There it is from the Conference Board. What would you say about that?
Yeah, that's interesting to me because this is sort of counter to consumer sentiment. That's gone down. Small business sentiment and even manufacturing sentiment is kind of getting a little weaker. But the CEOs are really happy. And the thing I can find when looking into this as to why are they sort of disconnected from other people is that I think it really comes down to the last time the survey was taken, there was a lot of uncertainty in terms of regulation, and there was a lot of over-regulation. So I think this is the first one in the Trump administration where they're saying, oh, hey, listen, if we do get deregulation, we now have certainty as to who the president is, good, bad, or indifferent. We know what we've got. That weighs a lot into this, but they are thinking about things and looking for the longer term for the financial and economic stability that hopefully that brings, even though there is instability around the world always, but I think that's what they're focused in on for their own companies. So the number jumped a lot. That move, by the way, anything over 50 is positive. The move from 51 to 60 is a humongous move, by the way. That's a big move.
So they're very confident. They might not be very popular, at least the CEO of Pfizer, so he got booed at the White House earlier.
That's
Thank you,
true.
Doug.